What the fisherman pulled up from the sea was definitely not an ordinary fish. My first reaction wasn't shock. It was a gut feeling of unease. That thing looked more like a creature humanity had never documented. But at that moment, no one realized a real disaster was already taking shape beneath the sea. The British military stepped in very quickly. They believed this creature had extremely high research value, so they paid a massive price to buy it from the fishermen. They hoisted the creature high into the air and carried out so-called research in a brutal way. That didn't look like science at all. It looked like public torture. Later, the military found records in ancient mythological texts describing this kind of creature. In those texts, it was called the sea devil. This species had extremely high intelligence and a body strikingly similar to humans. So, the military gave it a code name, the Waterman. It was at that moment that I first realized, beneath the ocean, there might truly exist another civilization. But by the time we realized this, everything was already too late. The Waterman had died under torture, and all research value was gone. Before the military pulled out, I stood in front of the body without saying a word. I only said a quiet prayer. At the time, I had no idea that this seemingly insignificant act would later save all of humanity. Late that night, the retaliation began. 2 soldiers were assigned to guard the Waterman's body. They never expected that this attack would not come from the sea, but instead from underground. I've seen the reconstructed scene afterward. While one soldier was drinking water, he suddenly noticed the soil beneath his feet starting to seep water. They didn't realize the danger right away. They just instinctively reached for the radio on the table. The next second, the ground collapsed. That soldier didn't even get a chance to scream before being dragged underground. The other soldier saw this and barely hesitated. He rushed in to try to save him, but he was still too late. He was pulled in as well. He desperately raised the radio to call for help, but by then, it didn't matter anymore. The alarm soon echoed across the entire base.